My name is Joe Mariano. I'm President and CEO of the Direct Selling Association, and it's our pleasure to host this event today and spend a few minutes with you all. But if I told you that there was an industry that did $111.4 billion in economic impact across the country in 2022, I doubt that many of you would assume that it was direct selling.
I'm Richard Hudson, represent the 9th District of North Carolina in Congress, and I am proud and honored to be co-chairman of the Direct Selling Caucus. And frankly, a lot of what I learned from running my own little business was beneficial in my career in politics. Because it teaches you to connect with people where they are. It teaches you to identify problems and solve them for people, and meet people's needs. And so there's a lot of benefits to direct selling and having a direct selling business. And so that's why I was honored to take this role as co-chair of the caucus.
In Central Florida, it's a very popular option, whether it's direct selling or the gig economy, because people want options, especially younger people want flexibility. If you're the parent who's doing most of the child rearing, if you're a multi-generational household and you're saving up for your first home in Central Florida, and it's a popular place to live. We have 1,000 people moving there a week, so there's a lot of folks looking for every economic opportunity they can find, to help buy a home and live the American dream. And with that many people moving in, there's a lot of growth there, a lot of new customer bases there. So we see, I like to think of Central Florida, we have like a hustle economy where people find different ways, whether it's small businesses in this realm or in others, that they may either supplement with their current job or they may have multiple economic opportunities.
I live in an area where you can hardly go anywhere, a university or some building in West Michigan where you don't see the opportunity that's been created by direct selling. And so I'm grateful for Amway as a Michigan business, and just know that they've touched people's lives all over the world, giving people economic opportunity.
It doesn't take a world-changing idea to be an entrepreneur. Sometimes we hear the word entrepreneur and we immediately think of the Mark Zuckerbergs or the Elon Musks, and yes, those are obviously entrepreneurs, but there are literally hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs in every single community, in every single one of the districts that your members represent, that are not necessarily pursuing world-changing ideas, but are pursuing their passion, or pursuing a service or a product that they know serves the community that they live in. But they're doing so as a small business owner. They're taking risks. They're learning as they go. And so there's many different aspects of entrepreneurship. I think that's part of what I want to talk to you about today, is how our channel provides an incredibly low barrier to entry on-ramp to entrepreneurship. Becoming a direct seller, in some cases, like at Amway, it costs $0. There is no cost to become an Amway independent business owner. You must hold no inventory. You must create no products of your own. We offer free training. We offer the tools, the digital tools and the physical tools to support learning how to sell, acquire customers, service those customers. We run the supply chain. We make the products. Your responsibility is to sell. It is not easy, but it's straightforward. And that's just one example, on behalf of the whole industry.
What direct selling offers is actually very appealing to Gen Z and younger millennials in particular, right? That 25 to 35 age range, in terms of wanting to have multiple income streams, want to engage with someone who's going to help show them the way, something that's going to help develop their soft skills that they may or may not have missed throughout the COVID years that we all sort of lost to interpersonal communication. They really want what direct selling offers.
Representative Hudson gave a great example. Military families that have to move around by virtue of maybe one or both of the service members' careers. A traditional business that's rooted to place cannot move when you move from one fort to another fort.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This business offers that opportunity.
And I think just doubling down on what you said around opening the entrepreneurship opportunity to so many other people. That's what I love about this, is it really does democratize entrepreneurship. I mean, right, if you're trying to start a business, particularly if you're a minority, particularly if you're a woman minority, you've got all kinds of challenges on the front of getting funding, getting investment, getting people to back. This completely democratizes that with no cost to entry, the training, the programs that you need, the soft skill development. So it really does create avenues for the entrepreneurial minded. It's not for everybody. This is not something everybody's going to be successful. It's a particular skill set, it's a particular passion. But for those who have it, it can really provide that path to getting those solutions.
Direct selling, but what I find that's interesting is that a lot of people I talk to say, you know, I don't do it just for the money. I do it for what's really kind of more widely known as an emotional paycheck. So there's a number of different, let me just unpack that. So what that means is, it means that maybe I do this because it puts me into a network of people who are like me. I learn something practical and I monetize that. A lot of people will say, you know, I have a particular background. I have a background in nursing or in education, and this gives me an opportunity to leverage where I already know and what my current capabilities are. This gives me an opportunity to develop a hobby. My hobby has, and I've always been interested in skincare, and so this really gives me an opportunity to develop a hobby. And also, a lot of people, I'm shocked at this, they say they do this to help others. So there are people who will say, you know, I've had problems with health concerns, you know, dealing with menopause, you know, proper nutrition for my athlete kids, all of these things. And this is a way for me to help them understand and educate and put them really in communities where they can talk about these things with others.
Yeah, if I could, you know, piggyback on your example of the kind of the slasher economy, right? That point of identifying across multiple dimensions, right? I am not singular as a person, right? I am multiple, right? And that's something that our research, your research, our empirical experience bears out. And this is connecting back to you know, staffers of Congress people, right? You know, the thinking of employment as like I'm an employee, you know, or I am, you know, a sole, you know, sole owner, you know, there's such a spectrum of employment, right? And Representative Soto gave the example, right, from his time practicing law, applies to people on independent contractor status, right? Part of like, you know, this initiative is obviously relevant to us, you know, this is part of why we're here, right? It's these things are not black or white. You are not like employee or boss, and that's it, right? I mean, there's a lot of dynamism here, and we, you know, have a modern economy that is dynamic and changing on a daily basis. And ultimately, we need policy that reflects that and enables that. Amway is, in our opinion, one of the easiest on-ramps to small business ownership or entrepreneurship offered in the marketplace today. You know, we believe that small business owners are the engine of the economy, and we believe that we are a small business creator at scale across the United States. And in terms of young people, you know, today's younger population, you know, what our research tells us is that there is an incredibly large population of young people that are interested in entrepreneurship, but don't know how to start or where to start. And so the Amway business, as well as all direct selling businesses, offer a very low barrier to entry way to try entrepreneurship. It doesn't mean it's going to be a smashing success for every single individual, but it gives people the opportunity to try with very low costs and very low risk. And again, what the research tells us is that young people want to experience business ownership, but they don't know where to start. The Amway opportunity is a way to be a business owner, but to be around other business owners who will support you and work with you on your business ownership journey. And that's something that we find has resonated for 65 years and continues to resonate with Gen Z and young millennials today.
When you think about what appeals to younger workers from a direct selling perspective, it's not, I don't have to guess, it's actually in the research, right? They're looking for an opportunity that they can earn a few extra $100 a month to serve as one of many income streams, right? And I think that's a difference from older generations of direct sellers who were looking for it to replace full-time income or provide long-term higher income benefits. Certainly there's some of that, but the real appeal for younger generations is in how do I get an extra $300 to $500 a month to supplement my income? That's the number one. And two, can I partner with a company that's going to give me the skills training that I need?
So it was interesting because in the panel today, a number of people were talking about how this was a great path for entrepreneurship. And Andrew was talking about how anybody could be an Amway distributor. And to me, the direct selling model it's just an inclusive form of business. Anybody could enter this. And that really resonates with me because as an immigrant to the U.S., I mean, one of the reasons why my parents left everything behind in Indonesia is to escape like the discrimination that was happening there and to escape the fact that they didn't have accessibility to good jobs. They really didn't have equal footing. But direct selling provides a very democratized, accessible approach for anybody who wants to advance themselves by working hard and exerting effort. I mean, that's what I'm here for. And that's what I appreciate so much about this country. It's why I think so many people are trying to get into this country.
It's critical that all the policymakers on Capitol Hill, from the members all the way down to their staffers, understand that there are literally tens of thousands of direct sellers in every single district across this country. It's also critical for them to understand that the policies that come out of the Capitol, whether it be legislation, rulemaking, other policies, it impacts these same tens of thousands of constituents in every district across the United States.